Hi everyone, today we're going to have a reading from a wonderful book called The Way to Love by Anthony de Mello. But first, if it's your first time here, I'm Sam, the Stoic teacher. I'm a philosophy and theology graduate from the University of Cambridge, and I now have the pleasure of teaching philosophy and religious studies in South London. Now on the Stoic teacher, we look at ancient wisdom from modern times, and today we're going to be talking about a passage from a more modern book which links back to Stoic teachings, and I'll discuss how. Anthony de Mello, in his wonderful book, The Way to Love, talks about something called the parable of the bus. Let's have a look at it now. Anthony de Mello says, "And here is the parable of life for you to ponder on. A group of tourists sits in a bus that is passing through gorgeously beautiful country, lakes and mountains and green fields and rivers. But the shades of the bus are pulled down. They do not have the slightest idea of what lies beyond the windows of the bus. And all the time of their journey is spent in squabbling over who will have the seat of honour in the bus, who will be applauded, who will be well considered, and so they remain till the journey's end."
I don't want your bed bugs, I don't want your smell, you're disgusting. I don't want you to sit next to me.
Now the point that Anthony de Mello is making, like philosophers before him, like Plato said in his cave, is basically the way that humans behave when they focus on material desires is that they're focusing on the things inside the bus, i.e., I want the newest device, I want fame, I want status, and forgetting the beautiful countryside that exists, the love of their family, the wonderful things in life that are truly worthy of our appreciation. Seneca, writing 2,000 years before Anthony de Mello, made a similar point. He reminds us in his Consolation to Helvia, he says, "However much you pile up, it will not end desire, but only advance it." So as much as we say to ourselves, oh no, actually, I'll be happy when I get the seat of honour on the bus, you won't. It won't happen. They figured it out 2,000 years ago. It's still true today. You're not going to be happy when you get 1,000 followers or 2,000 followers or 1,000,000 subscribers. As Ali talks about in his most recent videos, these numbers won't end desire. Like Seneca says, it will only advance desire. Once you have the seat of honour on the bus from the parable, you're going to want the driver's seat. Once you have the driver's seat, who knows what you're going to want next? As the Stoics would have argued years ago, we must be skeptical of our desire. William Irvine, in his wonderful book, A Guide to the Good Life, talks about something called the hedonic treadmill and hedonic adaptation. He talks about a study done with lottery winners simply feeling unhappy after they'd had the items they'd wanted. So for example, and I tell myself I'll be happy once I have a Lamborghini, it just isn't going to be the case. We might convince ourselves that that's the case, but it's not. Elsewhere in this same chapter, Anthony de Mello writes the following. He tells us, "Make a list of all your attachments and desires, and to each of them say, deep down in my heart, I know that even after I have got you, I will not get happiness." And that is the only antidote to desire. To remind ourselves these are not the things that will truly make us happy. From a Stoic perspective, instead we should chase acting in line with the 4 Stoic virtues of courage, justice, wisdom, and moderation. How can we be brave and help others against injustice? Essentially, that's what we should be focusing our times on from a Stoic perspective, rather than trying to accumulate meaningless wealth, meaningless status, meaningless fame. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that the people whose attention we desire will soon die too, reminding us that we will die. And the Stoics say, memento mori, remember that you will die. And that is a somber note to leave the video on, but as true as any of the other reflections from Anthony de Mello and the Stoics. I hope this video provides some value to you. I'd highly recommend Anthony de Mello's A Way to Love. If you want to hear in more depth how I've applied Stoicism to my life, me and my good friend Ali Abdal made a full Skillshare class on this, so you can click below to get free access to that. Now, I'll see you again next time for some more ancient wisdom from modern times. Bye now.